boys and girls. Our last story of the week is called Be My Valentine. It was written by Miriam Cohen. So, what's her job? Right, she's the author. She writes the words, and the pictures were done by Ronald Himier. What's his job if he made all the pictures? Ooh, I hope you said illustrator. Great job. Be My Valentine. Let's look at a few pages to decide if this is going to be real nonfiction or fake fiction. I think that this is going to be fake fiction because it's not real photographs and it doesn't necessarily look like it's going to be teaching us with a table of contents or captions. So we're going to think about this as a fiction story. I want you to think about who the characters are and try to remember some names from the story. Remember, if listening to it once isn't enough, you can always listen to it again because we're going to try to retell the story starting at the beginning and using your retell words first, next, then, and last. You're going to try to use real words that happened in the story to retell what happened. Valentine's Day is coming, said Jim. He was happy. He really liked those funny cards with the bear saying, "I can't bear it if you won't be my Valentine." Oh, what's the little boy's name? Yeah, his name is Jim. What is Valentine's? Asked Louie. He was new in first grade. It's the day you can try to get the most cards, answered Anna Maria. And everybody says, "You are my sweetheart, you are my sweetheart," Willie said. The teacher said, "On Valentine's Day, we send cards to show we like someone. Everybody must send a card to everybody else in the first grade. Then nobody will be sad." They're talking a lot about feelings in this book, aren't they? What are they trying to do by sending everyone a card? Pause the video and talk about it. I hope you said they're trying to make sure no one will be sad, so they're including everyone. "I'm not going to send a card to Anna Maria," Danny whispered to Willie. And Jim thought, "I'm going to send 2 Valentines to Paul." Does it sound like the boys and girls are doing what the teacher said and making sure everyone gets a card? No, it doesn't, does it? After school, Jim's mother said, "Why don't you make your own Valentines?" But Jim remembered how his hearts always came out fat on one side and skinny on the other. And he could never make those little bees with big eyes, the ones that said, "Be my honey." Jim rushed to the store. The other kids were already there. First, they looked at all the candy. Then they each bought a box of Valentines. Each box was the same, and each box had enough cards in it for everybody in first grade. "Ooh, this is a cute one. Will you send it to me, Jim?" asked Anna Maria. But Jim was thinking about which cards he would send to Paul. At last, it was Valentine's Day. The teacher called out the names on the cards. Jim was hoping he'd get lots of good Valentines. Sarah waved a card. "Look, I got one from Sammy. It says, 'My 2 lips are thine.'" How do you think it made Sarah feel to get that card from Sammy? Yeah, it looks like she's feeling very happy. Remember our lesson last week where we talked about we show feelings on our faces, we can tell them with our voices, and we also feel them in our bodies. We can look at how Sarah's feeling and make a decision about it based on how she looks. All the first graders were showing their Valentines and laughing. They asked each other, "How many did you get?" Paul told Jim, "I like the ones you sent me. I like 'Police Be My Valentine.'" He held up a little policeman on a motorcycle. Danny yelled, I have 13 Valentines. But some of Danny's cards said, To Danny, you are nice from Danny. He had sent them to himself. Jim got 12 Valentines. He kept looking at them. He loved them all. See this one, Anna Maria said to Margaret? I kept it for myself because it was too cute to send. Some people got a lot of Valentines. Some people didn't get so many. But George didn't get enough. He ran and hid in the coat room and he wouldn't come out. Oh, how are you feeling for George? Yeah, I'm feeling really sad for him too. Remember, when we understand how someone else is feeling, we use that big word that we're learning about, empathy. So we need to understand how George must be feeling. Oh dear, the teacher said, I'm afraid everyone did not send a Valentine to everyone else in the first grade. What can we do to make George feel better? Pause the video and share some of your ideas about what the kids could do. Make a prediction about what you think will happen in the story. Everybody tried to think. It was very quiet except for George. He was crying in the coat room. Anna Maria said, I'll give him one of my cards because I have so many. But George hollered, I don't want it. I know, Jim cried. We can play music for him. He took out his harmonica and began to blow. Paul went to the music corner and got the trumpet. Anna Maria took the kazoo before anyone else could. Willie got the drum. Margaret played the guitar. Danny bonged the xylophone, and Louie wanged the triangle. Sarah put a pretty cloth on her head and began to dance. Around the room they went. George came out slowly. Sammy gave him the bells to shake. He knew that was George's favorite. Willie got the paper crown and put it on George's head. Hey, man, you are the king, he said. Let's look at those kids' faces. How do you think they're feeling now? How do you think George is feeling? It definitely looks like he's feeling happier, doesn't it? And look who's here, said the teacher. Willie's mother was standing in the doorway. She brought cupcakes shaped just like pink hearts. Danny ate his right away, and then he pretended Louie's hat was a big cupcake. He pretended he was eating it on Louie's head. Everybody laughed and laughed. Then it was 3:00. They all grabbed their coats and their cards. They ran out calling to one another, Happy Valentine's Day, Jim! Happy Valentine's Day, Paul! Happy Valentine's Day, Willie and Sammy and Anna Maria and Louie and George and Margaret and Sarah and everybody. Happy Valentine's Day! Boys and girls, I want you to think about the story. First, I want you to tell your learning coach what your favorite part was. And then I want you to tell your learning coach something that happened at the beginning, something that happened in the middle, and something that happened at the end. Great job today retelling the story in order and being a good listener.